Hey everybody, this is Bill Mouse. We're here at the Zen Bounty Wars live stream, and with me today is co-creator of Zen Intergalactic Ninja and a writer of this series, Steve Stern. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, and just realized that next Sunday, correct me if I'm wrong, will that be the last Bounty Wars live stream?
Let me take a look at my calendar. I gotta break out my calendar and take a look at this thing. Yeah, it's
I'm not
we're,
sure what
we're
day the 21st is.
the 21st is actually on a Sunday. But you know what? On Sunday, we're doing the countdown with Pops. So
Right.
the
So
very
this is the
last,
last.
well, is today? Wow, today is the 14th. Wow, time flies, dude. This is crazy. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So this is the last Bounty
Well,
Wars live stream.
actually, you know what?
What?
We're having we're having you're having a little bit of a drawing, right? There's a little bit of a drawing for a you have a limited edition Joel Orbeta comic cover, correct?
Yeah, but you see that the two drawings we're going to do.
Right, right.
We can't talk about them publicly. Those drawings
Are
are
specifically for
for
yeah.
people that signed up early and pledged at a certain level. So if anybody's listening to this
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're part of that group, they will know because we will have emailed them at least a couple of times
Right.
about it.
They'll get specific emails for those specific things. So yeah, the regular live stream that we're doing for the campaign and for Zen Bounty Wars, yeah, it looks like this might be actually the last one because next week we're going to be doing the big countdown with Pops over on the Madness channel,
Right, we're
and
gonna
that's
go
going to be
mad. We're gonna go
right,
mad
right.
that
So
night.
so and that's going to be actually that's not at the because the campaign ends at 10 p.m. Next week. So the countdown is actually we're actually going to go live next week at 9 p.m. And
Right,
kind of build up and talk about the campaign and see if
but
we get a couple last minute people to join us because we don't want to leave anybody behind. This is very cool. We could do this first printing with First Comics. First printing with First Comics. See what I did there? Nice alliteration.
right. So Bill, will you fashion a post that we can both put up telling people where to go for the countdown thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll have a post ready next week. We're not actually
Okay.
going to have the link until Pops puts up the link, but I could definitely put the link to his channel
Yeah.
and let everybody know
That'll,
what's happening. And I'll throw up a video up on our YouTube channel, just letting everybody know that
right.
yeah, next week is the big countdown. Wow, it's like we're almost at the end of the campaign, and we can go
Exactly.
full speed ahead on comic book production and getting everything lined up and ready, and it's exciting. I'm very excited to get this thing moving. So it's campaigning is a 24-hour a day job.
Yes, yes, it is. But it's been paying off for us, and
Yeah,
I'm very happy that the way things are going, and we're learning every time we do another promotion. You learn something more because we're in the brave new world of social media. So
that's right.
we're learning along with everybody else. So that's great. And Bill, if people haven't gone recently to the Kickstarter page, they would not have noticed that you've now posted some more pages from the book. Some in black and white, some partially done, but it all looks very cool.
Yeah, we've got more preview pages up, and also if anybody's listening, if you know the people that run your local comic book store, if you're friends with your local comic shop, let them know that there's a retailer tier that's available
Yep.
on the campaign that's just for retailers. I'll have to when when you fill out your survey at the end of the campaign, that's when you confirm and let First Comics know your retailer status, and you confirm that. So yeah, sharing the link, letting your local retailers know that there is a special tier out there just for them,
For retail is right. We
and
didn't want to overlook overlook them.
Exactly. So let me see if I could pop this up real quick, and we'll take a look. There we go. See where our campaign is at. Yeah, I can. Let me scroll. First of all, we got the. It's awesome. We got 143 backers, and like I said, this is only the second actual Kickstarter campaign. I mean, we've been publishing for 30 years, but doing Kickstarters and crowdfunding campaigns, that's a whole brand new ball of wax to learn. So we're doing fantastic. I think you guys are supporting us really great. And let me come over here. There
Well, and we have 7 days, 6.5 or 7 days to go until the countdown next Sunday.
Exactly.
So it's very exciting.
So here we got some previews. We got a little bit of a little full color there, so you can see what the colors are going to be looking like. See how Zen's looking.
Yeah, page 1.
And then we've got a little bit of action here going on.
How cool is that?
It's just great to have the team back together again, because
I'm loving it.
We set a precedent. We set a new standard with what we were doing. I think everybody's happy with our combination of things.
Yeah, look at that page 3. That's awesome.
There's
a little bit of something else.
A little bit of the next page, which actually I'll put it up. Put it up here. There you go. There's the rest of that page. So yeah, things are just moving right along.
Yeah,
things are moving right along.
This book looks real tight, Bill. I mean, you've really you've just constantly evolved as an artist to the point now where it's just like it just doesn't get any better than this.
Well, all the support that I've gotten all those years was to get better. so now hopefully hopefully the dividends pay off. Everybody can enjoy a Zen book that I've improved my skills on, and we're both doing so much better. It's like we got new stories. You've got a lot of cool characters that we're juggling in this particular story. A lot of cool themes, and on top of that, it's a fun, action-packed story. So the fact that we're fitting all that in there, I hope everybody really enjoys it, and it comes along for the ride.
Absolutely, and I believe it's like evolve or die. In other words, if every time you do a new story, whether from an art or writing standpoint, it isn't better than the thing you did before, then something's wrong.
Yeah, you got to keep evolving, just like you said.
Yeah. Some people burn out. There's a lot of people who say in their 20s, 30s, maybe into their 40s, they produce a lot of excellent work, and then they just kind of stop.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you have. If you use up the creative fuel that you got, but if you put out good stuff and you're proud of your work, then that's all it needs to be. So.
Right, but it is. I would say it might be more the exception than the rule that people continue to do stuff, for as long as they can breathe, And
yeah, we're definitely
that's my goal. That's my goal. I have no intention of ever stopping writing Zen and some other stuff that I do.
Yeah, This is our thing. It's like.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, musicians, right? Think about some of the musicians you love, their music in the last couple of decades. Because, we've been around, like it's going on 4 decades, so we can talk about this, right?
Yeah.
So think about people that, they did some great music 20, 30 years ago. Can't even remember who the heck they are.
Man, well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a look in the chat and see who's here. Kevin, how you doing, dude?
Hey, Kevin.
I'm glad you're joining us, man.
Yeah.
You're joining us on the historic last episode of the Zen Bounty Wars live stream. Look, Zen is waving back at me. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Ken, how are you doing? Awesome, dude.
Hey, Ken. I hope you guys are going to join us for the big countdown that will occur next Sunday at Pop. What's the name of Pop's channel again?
It's Bill? The Madness Network. It's the
Madness.
The Madness Network. The Madness Comics Network.
Right. And it'll be an hour earlier, right? It'll be like 9 p.m.
Right.
Eastern.
Yeah, it'll be 9 p.m. and then the campaign actually ends at 10. So right after 10, we'll all get blasted.
Oh, yeah, right. We'll raise a glass to
Mighty
the
Geek. What's up,
yes.
man? Yeah, the final countdown.
Mighty Geek. How are you?
I can either sing the final countdown or I could watch the movie with the aircraft carrier. I don't know why. I'm really stuck on that film.
What? Aircraft?
Yeah,
Which one?
there was a movie that came out back in the 80s called The Final Countdown.
Yeah, I
And
vaguely remember it. Yeah.
yeah, it was an aircraft carrier that went through a vortex while they were out to sea, and the vortex actually took them back in time right before the attack on Pearl Harbor. So they had this, so they had the moral conundrum of whether or not to stop the attack on Pearl Harbor because they had much more advanced equipment and weaponry and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's like so they were considering whether or not it was the right thing to do to change history like that or whatever. The thing that got me about it, first of all, I'm a sucker for time travel movies of any kind.
Right.
But then my dad was actually on the Nimitz, not when they filmed it, but very recently to when they had made that movie. He was on the Nimitz, I think, in the
Wow.
mid to late '80s. It was very close to when that film came out. It would have
How
been
interesting.
yeah. He was on the Nimitz when well, like in the mid '80s, and then he's done so. He was in the Navy for some interesting, noteworthy things. He was part of the search and rescue. He was on a ship, a smaller ship that was basically like a submarine rescue.
Uh-huh.
And when the space shuttle Challenger went down, he was part of that search and rescue
Oh, really?
effort down there. Yeah. So it's like he was part of like some things that were kind of like historical. So I always thought
Wow.
that was cool that he was a part of that.
Yeah. Well, there was no rescue, so to speak, was
No,
there?
no, but the salvage and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. You know, when especially like the way they presented it in the news, they always had this false hope of thinking that they would try to recover some things. You know, it's like everybody knew. I mean, they
Yeah.
really didn't have the shuttle set up for. You know, there was no ejection system. There was no
No.
parachutes. There's no But as far as the salvage and getting everything that they could so they could piece things together and figure out what went wrong and all that stuff.
Yeah. It was a tragedy. Yeah.
Oh, that was huge. I mean, I remember when it happened. I was actually in high school, and it was the kind of thing where they brought us all into the library, set up the big, like the remote TV on the cart,
Yeah.
and we had, we're all watching. It's like it was like a big deal, which of course it is, and it was really really weird because I remember like so many people were just crying, and upset, and like they didn't, you didn't see that coming,
No.
and you don't know those people personally, but it still takes an emotional toll seeing something like that.
Absolutely. Well,
It represents so much,
yeah. Well, I think this is why people also need some escapism in their lives. That's why
Yeah, for sure.
entertainment, movies, comics, music are so important because, the actual world out there is a pretty unforgiving place.
Oh, it is, yeah. And that's what I prefer to work on. I prefer to work on artwork and stories and things that are escapism. They're for fun. They're to take you somewhere else. For a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to work on.
absolutely. So this is the last page you're going to be doing before the Kickstarter is over, and then you're just going to be cranking away every day, getting the book done so it can get printed, right?
Oh yeah. Well, it actually takes much longer to get pages done when you're trying to do it on camera.
I'd imagine
So
so. Yeah.
so there's a lot more to it, and have to approach everything very differently, and you're worried about the setup, and you're worried about what we're going to be doing that week, and
Right.
So yeah, it'll be this is a lot of fun to be able to do it live with everybody. But I'm also looking forward to just having some quiet studio time and actually cranking through these. Not the last, just the last for now.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, the last for now, for sure.
Very
Mighty
cool, dude.
Geek is doing well. Glad to hear that.
The first of its class, the USS Nimitz. That's right. That's right. Ken says, I thought the aircraft carrier movie was the Philadelphia experiment.
That was
The
another one.
Philadelphia experiment did well. I think the Philadelphia experiment involved a battleship, not an aircraft carrier.
Oh,
But that was a crazy movie too.
that was again. That's and that's based. Correct me if I'm wrong on what's considered to be a real incident.
Yeah, it's based on a real incident, but of course, they pumped it up, for the film.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
a
what they
little bit.
do. That's what they do.
And then the Nimitz thing, I was just taken back because I'm like I said, I'm just a sucker for time travel movies. So let's see,
Time
Kevin,
after time, somewhere in time, Hot Tub Time Machine,
all time
The Time
classic.
Machine, Time Cop, Millennium, 12 Monkeys, Bill and Ted, It's an Excellent Adventure, Back to the Future. And so Kevin then asked any other time travel movies. I'll tell you one that I thought wasn't bad. It starred
Uh-huh.
Bruce Willis and Justin Timberlake of all people. I think it was called Out of Time. And it
Oh yeah,
was
yeah, I remember that one.
about
Yeah.
a sort of like a hitman guy that went back in time and had to kill himself or something like that. It
Oh,
was
you're talking about Looper. You're talking about
was
Looper.
that Looper?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Bruce. It was Bruce Willis and
Wasn't it Justin Timberlake?
Gordon. Not Justin Timberlake. It was
Oh,
Gordon Levitt.
Levitt.
Yeah,
Levitt.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Gordon Levitt played a young Bruce Willis. And
That's
actually,
right.
they did kind of a cool job with his makeup. I mean, it was convincing enough. It didn't need to be more convincing
Right.
than that because it was just like his younger self.
I think Justin Timberlake was also in some kind of a time travel movie
It,
because
it wasn't it wasn't a time travel movie, but it was a futuristic film where they used the amount of time they had something in their hand or whatever that would tell them how much time they had left on their life. So
okay,
and then they would actually use that as currency. So if I wanted to buy something from you, I could give you a couple days of my life, and it would add on to yours. And I
right,
think Justin Timberlake's character, everybody was after him because he did something sketchy and ended up like adding up like a million years of life or whatever, like a crazy number. So he had like this huge long life expectancy, and
right.
that's why they were after him for the whole film. Mighty Geek says progressives have forgotten the purpose of entertainment. Yeah, it's not.
Well, maybe
The,
maybe a lot of people have forgotten
yeah, a lot
the
of people have
purpose
forgotten.
of
It's
entertainment.
yeah. You're not supposed to browbeat people over the head with agendas and messages, and it's just entertainment. It's just supposed to have fun. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, I totally agree with that.
I
I
have
think
some
they're
Zen
learning their
fan art.
lesson. I think they're learning their lesson.
Now, look at this one, Bill. I have some Zen fan art I'll be posting tomorrow. First time ever drawing the character in my style, and it was fun to do. Can't wait to see that.
Cool. Definitely tag us.
Yeah.
I know that my thing on the old Facebook is just Bill Mouse Art or Bill.mouse. So you can definitely tag it. I'd like to see it. Definitely.
Yeah. And I'm Stern 8506 for
Yeah, I was
whatever
about to ask you. Is
reason.
I couldn't remember. Always just click on your profile picture, so I don't even remember
Right.
anybody's names anymore. I just click on their face.
And you know where else you can post is on the it in the Zen Intergalactic Ninja Facebook group that Josiah established. We got like
Right. Yep.
about 360 members in there and counting. And anybody who hasn't joined that should join.
Yeah. Anybody who's a fan of Zen, my goodness, yeah, that would be the place to go. I think that's a
Yeah.
good place to start building up a little group.
Yeah. I remember how the reason I got Stern 8506 as an Instagram
Uh huh. Yeah.
handle
Uh
was
huh.
I had no idea what Instagram was at the time.
Uh huh.
And I was actually at Comic Con, and some young lady I knew uh, said, "Let me get you an Instagram account." So she just started hitting buttons and stuff, and suddenly I was there. You know, Stern Time Bandits, one of the greats.
Yep, absolutely.
Um, Now I'll tell you another one that was a time travel movie based on a kind of a literary book, The French Lieutenant's Woman.
That one does not ring a bell. I don't know
Yeah,
that I've seen that one.
I think can't remember who starred in that. It could have been no, can't quite get it right now, but that was quite a movie. Oh yes, Don't Touch It, It's Evil. So the parents touch it. That movie ended so odd. I never that one I don't know. Sounds pretty awesome. Time travel. What else?
I mean, Back to the Future goes without saying, but
Right.
technically, Avengers Endgame was a time travel movie.
That's true.
They shoehorned time travel into it. That's for sure.
Right. I'm sure if you go to like just to Google and you put in top list of time travel movies, you'll see so many. It'll be
Oh
amazing.
yeah, I'm sure.
So
I
that's
remember.
another thing. Anything you want to look up or learn, all it takes is a couple of keystrokes.
Oh yeah, Google's your friend.
Amazing.
I remember there was a show that was on before it got canceled. I don't know why this show got canceled. It was a good show.
What?
It was called Journeyman,
Don't know it.
and it was time travel based, and I won't go into the whole plot and stuff, but it was just a cool show. It was just a cool show.
Well, Quantum Leap is the ultimate
Oh, there you go.
TV
Yeah,
time-
Quantum Leap. Yeah, I should have thought
time
about
travel
that.
show,
Uh-huh.
right? Oh, nice, Bill. You know what? This will inspire me to, after I finish the manga Zen story I'm writing right now, which will be like another 100-page book. Maybe we'll be doing a Zen time travel story. I've got some ideas cooking already now that we're talking about that.
I want to see Zen in the Old West.
Well, I've always tried to put Zen into different genres that I have interested in. Of course, bounty hunting, which derived from the Old West bounty hunters, right? Is a major theme for Zen right now. But I also am a big fan of mystery books, right? And pretty much read every Spencer book, the ones not only written by Robert B. Parker, who passed away several years ago, but other authors, Mike Lupica most currently, they've carried on the Spencer tradition, right?
Yeah.
So I did do a prose story, which became one of those volumes of Zen illustrated fiction. Welcome to Paradise City,
Oh yeah, of course.
and that is actually Zen functioning as a private detective. And I had a
Yeah.
hell of a lot of fun writing that. That's
Yes.
a prose story, but it had incidental illustrations. Another very talented artist, Ron Charles Williams. He did the incidental art in that one. Had
I've
so
got-
many great artists.
So Kevin mentioned that Zen was waving at him. I gotta let me switch my screen over here.
Yeah, I see that.
Because on let's see, panel 3 of this page, basically Zen and this bounty hunter are kind of like negotiating what percentage he's going to let him have. It's
Yeah,
like,
the bounty
50-50.
killers, the bounty
Yeah,
killers.
50-50. No, 60-40. So
Yeah.
Zen in this scene right here,
Yeah.
he's literally saying 40. But of course he's holding his whole hand up because he's
And he
only
only
got
has
four
four
fingers.
fingers,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
just like, that's an
Yeah.
opportunity for me to do that joke. That's
That's great.
I love that he said 40 right there, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Have him hold up all his fingers.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm currently working on a manga Zen story that I'm hopeful that Kat will be working on with me. We have to negotiate that and talk to the
Yeah, but
publisher.
yeah, we gotta see what her schedule and what her energy levels are.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, so anybody listening now or listening when it's posted online on YouTube, I want to thank everybody who's participated in this Kickstarter, and there's going to be three more in this Bounty Wars series, and I think Bill, we're kind of aiming to have the second one going around Comic Con time in July.
Yeah, that would be the best timing in the world to be able to do that. Yeah, especially because we're going to be all together at Comic Con. God willing, and all that good stuff.
Yep.
And as long as nothing goes haywire and nobody loses my plane ticket.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be together at Comic Con there and promoting, and we'll be at the First Comics booth, and we'll be there with our publisher Ken Levin, and our team that's over there too. So our people that from First that actually help us with all of our infrastructure and all the other creative people that work for First as well. So
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be here before you know it. This year
Oh,
is
it
moving
time
along pretty
time
quick,
flies. Holy smokes! Yeah,
doesn't it?
this year's been going by a little bit too fast.
Yeah. And talking about time flying, Bill, in about 3 minutes we'll have hit the 30-minute mark already. Goes so fast.
Yep, and then that'll be us. This will be the bookend on this particular live stream, and then we'll see what happens when we start launching up the next things.
Oh yeah,
We'll always be doing something. So
absolutely.
not going too far.
Yeah,
Just
and everybody who
different
stuck with
formats.
us through this, we thank you for that too, because we can't do it without the fans, without the support of people who actually like reading these books.
Exactly. Oh, that was a prose novel. Yeah. That was a time heist. Yeah, Avengers was a time heist.
Yeah,
Oh wow, I totally forgot about Sliders. You're
sliders.
right. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about
that too.
Sliders.
Man,
There's so
there's
many.
just
Yeah, it's easy to
so
forget.
many.
Had to be a fan of Metroid. Well, I'm a fan of Metroid regardless, just because I like Samus.
So would
Let's see.
Zen be a good spokes alien for Cult 40? That's a good. Yeah, right, for sure.
And then you will be history.
Yes, yes.
Man, Steve. Well, you know what? This has been a fun little journey doing this live stream during this campaign. I think it's been a lot
Yeah.
of fun. We're always going to find other reasons. We've been working together for, gosh, like 70 years now. So it's like we're
A
always going to,
100 years at least.
yeah,
It's
we're going to
feasible.
find we're always going to find more reasons to hang out and work some more. But this is it for this particular series, and I want to thank everybody for joining us and watching us create our comic, and for supporting. Hopefully, everybody will check out the campaign who hasn't checked it out yet. I will include the link to the Kickstarter. It only runs till the 21st, Sunday the 21st. It'll be over at 10 o'clock on that day. I will put the link in the description of the video and also in the chat. So thank you so much, Steve. Any last words before we go?
Just thanks to everyone, and we'll see you next Sunday at the countdown party.
Sounds good. See you guys then. Good night, everybody.
Night.